Hello, my name is Moni Castaneda, and today I am going to tell you about the philosophical basis behind the 9 steps to Feng Shui system. My business is Feng Shui for Us, and my website is www.fengshuiforus.com. Make sure to visit it so that you can learn Feng Shui. We offer lots of resources for you to learn this art. So these are the questions that people have been asking since people are people. Who are we? Why are we here? And what is the point of it all? The philosophical basis of the 9 steps to Feng Shui is a philosophy that has given, in my opinion, the best possible answer to these questions. Traditional Chinese thought is a collection of the conclusions that several wise people in China reached over the years. It is based on ethics rather than metaphysics. It was refined by time, relied heavily on the observation of nature, the observation of human interaction with nature, and the observation of interactions among people. In traditional Chinese thought, answers are based on evidence, not on divine inspiration or logical deduction. This traditional Chinese thought is the basis of all traditional Asian arts, like martial arts, traditional Chinese medicine, Feng Shui, and even Tai Chi. Lao Tse, Confucius, Zhou Yan, and Mozi are the main contributors to traditional Chinese thought. Now, keep in mind that these are not people who simply came up with these ideas on their own, but these are the 4 people that collected ancient ancestral wisdom and transmitted it for future generations. Lao Tse is known as the writer of the Tao Te Ching. Confucius is known for his emphasis on morals. Zhou Yan studied the natural cycles and is one of the main people that produced the theories of yin and yang and the 5 elements. And Mozi taught about universal love. So what comes to us as traditional Chinese thought, the basis for Feng Shui, is a beautiful combination of all this ancestral knowledge that was passed on and finally synthesized by these 4 people. So this is what we know. The Tao is understood as an obscure but intelligent power from which everything came in creation. Some of the main teachings around the Tao is that there is much that we do not know, cannot know, and which cannot be defined in words. Because if you think about it, words are just a small fragment of reality. One single language cannot explain all of reality. If you compare all the languages in our planet, you will see that there are many words that cannot be translated from one language to another. But you have to embark into a long explanation in another language to convey the meaning of that one word in a different language. And so words are limited by their origin because they are what forms a language, and language cannot expect to understand the whole universe. We also know that humans have a spiritual essence, and outside of their bodies they still exist. We know this because of so many people who have had out-of-body experiences, near-death experiences, who were able to get out of their body and observe what was happening to the body while still retaining their full consciousness. We also know that humans live inside a body, even though our essence is spiritual and we still exist even when outside of a body. To be humans, to be really human, we cannot do that outside of a body. I want to talk a little bit more about the Tao because some people in the West, when they read the word Tao, they think that it's a kind of deity or that it is a synonym of God. And that is not the case. Tao is defined in the Tao Te Ching as the power that cannot be known and The only thing we know about it is that it is intelligent. If you wanted to relate it to our Western concepts of God, the best way to describe it would be to say that the Tao is the power by which God created the universe. So, who are you? Traditional Chinese thought, which is the basis for Feng Shui and traditional Chinese medicine, defines people as the marvelous and mysterious action of spiritual fire over energetic water. So here we have a heart symbolizing the spiritual fire and 3 waves symbolizing energetic water. The spiritual fire is also the love from heaven. This is our spiritual essence, which is intelligent as the heart is intelligent. And the 3 waves represent water, and this water talks about our physical essence. Here you have your spiritual essence, and here you have the physical essence. So a human being is only produced when you have this spirit inhabiting a body. Now, why do we use the water to represent the body instead of using, for example, earth? There are 2 reasons for that. One is that, as you know, your body is mostly made up of water, and but also because in general, in traditional Chinese thought, our physical reality is equivalent to movement, to action, to being fluid. So to express or represent that fluidity, which is the symbol of water. So if you think about it, most of your body, 70% or more of your body is water. 70% of the surface of the world is covered in water, and 70% of the planet is not water if you think of the volume of the whole sphere, but about 70% of the planet is in fluid form if you think about all the melted materials that surround the solid iron core of the planet and that are between that iron core and the surface. Why are you here? And the answer that Feng Shui gives you to this question is that you are here to connect heaven and earth. So this is the representation for heaven, and this is the representation for earth, and here is humankind. So humans are the connectors of heaven and earth, as opposed to trees, which are considered the connectors of earth and heaven. So the energetic function of people is to grab energy from spirit or heaven, also related to thoughts or the ether, and transmit that energy to the earth, the planet, the physical. In Feng Shui, we also relate heaven to thoughts, the physical to physical action, earth to physical action, and humankind to emotion. So you can see here that Feng Shui gives a lot of importance to the emotional state of a person, because it is through emotions that thoughts and actions are connected. What is the point of it all? And here I'm sharing with you a poem, Sky Blue, the Window, the Bone, and Heaven. This poem is a healing poem and transmuting poem that was designed by a friend of mine who practices traditional Chinese medicine, mainly acupuncture. And the point of it all, as far as we can see, coming from our essence of who we are, why we are here, the point of it all is for us to be happy. And how does happiness come? According to Feng Shui and traditional Chinese philosophy, happiness comes from fulfilling this function of grabbing thoughts from heaven, what we call inspiration, motivating ourselves through feelings, emotions, and producing results through action in the physical environment. And if you think about it, anytime in your life that you really felt happy, that's probably the way it happened. You had an idea to create something or to make something happen. You motivated yourself through the emotions that idea generated. And it was that emotional motivation that led you to take action in the physical. So say, for example, that one of the happiest moments in your life was at a family reunion. First, you or other members of the family had an idea, wouldn't it be nice to have a family reunion? And then you had certain emotions connected to that, and you visualized how it would feel to have the whole family together. So then you and or family members took action in looking for a location where everybody could meet, calling people, texting people, sending emails, social media messages to try to coordinate a date. And there were a lot of actions that took place, motivated through these emotions, to make this idea of having a family reunion happen. Now, this connection between heaven and earth happens mainly in our energy system through the chakras, which I'm sure you know about, the energy centers in the middle of the body, going from the head to the bottom of the spine. And this energy runs through the bones. So that's why you see the word bone here included. This it was traditional Chinese medicine. Traditional Chinese medicine was always taught as an art because every person is different. So the Chinese doctor would meditate on what was the best course of action to restore balance, harmony, and health to a person. And oftentimes that could come through a drawing or a painting. It could be a poem that they wrote for the patient. Sometimes it was to listen to the particular song of a bird. That is where that famous story comes, of an emperor that needed the song of a particular bird to stay alive. And so this is a healing poem that my friend designed to help people reconnect to their main function of connecting heaven and earth. And this is a key component of happiness, as happiness is seen from the Feng Shui viewpoint. So we had talked about the three levels of reality: heaven, humankind, and earth, and how they relate to thoughts, emotions, and actions. Let's talk now about luck. Luck in Feng Shui is not considered chance, but actually a natural consequence of the quality of the internal chi of a person. But this luck also happens in the three levels of reality. So there's heaven luck, humankind luck, and earth luck. You could say thoughts luck, emotions luck, and physical action luck. Heaven luck is associated with destiny. Humankind luck is associated with education and virtues, and earth luck is associated with Feng Shui, or the art of space arrangement. I believe that destiny is comprised of all the things that we decided before we came into this lifetime. In Feng Shui and traditional Chinese medicine, there is a clear differentiation between situations that originated before conception and situations that originated after conception. And if you are familiar with the arrangements, the sequences for the bagua map, the former heaven sequence is used for issues that started before conception, and the later heaven sequence is used for issues that started after conception. So some of the things in your life are determined by the country where you were born, the language that you speak, your gender, and some genetic characteristics. Humankind luck is regarding educations and virtues. Living a life of integrity creates good luck. And also getting education improves your ability to live a good life and hence have luck. And earth luck Feng Shui is about creating an environment where it becomes more possible, more probable that good things will happen. In traditional Chinese thought, destiny is believed to come first, Feng Shui next, and then education and virtues. So what is Feng Shui? Feng Shui is the art of placement that teaches you how to organize your environment so you can have a happier life. The object of Feng Shui is not the space, but the person's life. A Feng Shui consultant suggests changes in the space with the purpose of producing positive changes in people's lives. Some people are surprised when they learn this, that the object of Feng Shui is not the space, because so many times people associate Feng Shui with simply interior design. They equate it to interior design or landscaping. But the object of Feng Shui is the person's life, and the purpose of Feng Shui is to produce a life of happiness, or to increase the amount of happiness in a person's life. And we use the space as a diagnostics tool to find out what's going on with that person's life, and then we also use it as a tool in order to make changes in that person's life, because the environment of a person's life and their life are interconnected. The main job of a Feng Shui consultant is to suggest changes in the space with the purpose of producing positive changes in people's lives. So just as the space of a person can tell us what is going on in their life, small changes in their space can also feed the deeper mind of the person so that they set better goals, better targets for achievements in their lives that will produce greater happiness. Many people consider Feng Shui as one of the 5 branches of traditional Chinese medicine, the other 4 branches being acupuncture, herbalism, qigong, and massage. And then there are the schools called the compass schools of Feng Shui, which are based on astrology and numerology. So the one on top is biology based and also based on the principles of natural law. And the compass schools of Feng Shui are mainly based on astrology and numerology, although they also use some of the principles used in the Feng Shui schools that consider Feng Shui as one of the 5 branches of traditional Chinese medicine. So we use Feng Shui to make an assessment of the present as a diagnostics tool. We use it to make projections into the future. And we also use it to turn the space into a 3-dimensional prey. Mainly, we use Feng Shui to be empowered in life, to be able to be holding the steering wheel, writing the script of our own lives, and creating happiness overall. Some of the most common feedback that we get in Feng Shui for us and the 9 Steps to Feng Shui system, and this comes from people who have had consultations with any of the practitioners, or who have taken classes, bought books. The word most commonly used is hope. People tell us that they feel more hopeful about their life and their future now that they know Feng Shui. And here you can see the bagua map. And this is a square that has been subdivided into 9 smaller squares, and each of these is associated with one life area. I have other videos that I recommend that you watch on how to place the bagua map on a floor plan, and how we use the bagua map by placing the bottom of the bagua map and aligning it on the floor plan with the wall that contains the main entrance, instead of using the bagua map according to the magnetic directions as the compass schools of Feng Shui do. There is also another video that you'll find that shows you where you can download a copy of this simplified bagua map. We also offer professional bagua maps for sale, and you can get to those from any link at the top of my website. Here you have an example of how the bagua map is superimposed over a floor plan. This is a really good floor plan from the architectural viewpoint, and you can see here that part of this life area, part of the floor plan is missing, but you will still place the bagua map on top of the whole thing, and then this would be considered a missing area, or in other words, part of the life area would be outside of the home. This is the most important thing to correct in Feng Shui, is to symbolically complete a floor plan that is not complete. I want to introduce you to one of our favorite teaching tools. This is Feng Shui Kitty, and she's saying, I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. The Feng Shui Kitty is a cat that knows a lot of Feng Shui. She's been studying for a long time, but she has a very pesky, according to her, next door neighbor called Little Pup. Little Pup is actually owned, quote unquote, by the same people who own Feng Shui Kitty, but she also has a doghouse in the yard. So Feng Shui Kitty calls her the next door neighbor. And Little Pup wants to make sure that her house is Feng Shui correct, and Feng Shui Kitty gives her extremely bad Feng Shui advice because she wants to see Little Pup gone. Now what Feng Shui Kitty doesn't know is that Little Pup has an ace under the sleeve, or an ace under her paw. And that is our book, Feng Shui Your Own Home. It's available on our website and also on Amazon. And if you go to Amazon, you can look inside and take a peek. If you go to my website, fengshuiforus.com, there is a link that says Cures, Books, and MP3s. And if you click on the Feng Shui Books and Recordings link, you will see the list of books. And I want to call your attention to one of our books called The Feng Shui Cures for the Planet. This book contains the healing images that you have seen in our webinar today and many more. So I suggest that you take a look at it. If you look it up on Amazon, it has the feature to look inside so you can take a peek at the content. The healing images that were featured in this presentation, for the definition of a human being, the healing poem, the connection between heaven and earth in humankind, those all contain the healing artwork of my dear friend healer Bill Austin, and the illustrations were created by me. We designed these cures especially to deal with issues of around the relationship with the planet, our spiritual essence, and the relationship with money, because we see that a lot of what is not working in the relationship of people with the planet is based on incorrect relationships between people and money. So we want to contribute to the healing of people's relationship with money.